Mike, why did you decide to go to Rojava and join YPG? What moved you?
So when I was in the Marine Corps, I had a lot of Kurdish translators, and they always used to tell me about Kurdistan and about their struggle through the years. So in 2015, I decided I would return the favor and go and help them. I figured with my prior military training and with my knowledge of the Arabic language, I'd be able to help the people and help with the fight. So I went and joined.
How long have you stayed with the YPG?
I was with the YPG for about 3 months before I left.
And what kind of experience was that?
It was a pretty intense experience, honestly. Right after we got there, within a couple weeks, we were on the front line. We were involved in the Abdulaziz operation to take that to prepare for the Tel Abyad operation. So it was 0 to 100 right away.
Mm-hmm. Are you planning to go back?
I personally don't think I will go back because the KRG might not let me. But I will do what I can from here to help the cause.
Okay, Mike, today we spoke to one of the senior YPJ commanders inside Raqqa, and she told VOA that 50% of Raqqa has been cleaned from ISIS, and you fought against ISIS. So it looks like it's a huge blow. What do you feel about the ongoing Raqqa operation, and what do you think will happen to this organization?
So the fact that the last I saw is that they had breached the old city, which is the center of Raqqa. I know they've had it surrounded for a couple of months now, and they've been pushing forward. I think the biggest issue that the YPG is going to face now are the IEDs and the mines that have been left in the houses. That's going to be a tough operation, clearing houses. It's basically going to be they're going to have to go house to house. They have tunnels that allow them to move around the city. So finding the tunnels, clearing the houses, I think it's going to be, a rough couple weeks, but I think within a couple weeks that the operation should be completed.
What about the partnership between US-led coalition and YPG-led SDF? So you have witnessed. What do you want to say about that?
From what I saw, the YPG was calling in airstrikes with NATO. I witnessed multiple airstrikes just in one operation myself. And General Mattis has confirmed that after the Raqqa operation is completed, that the U.S. will continue to arm and support the SDF for the foreseeable future. So I think that's a positive step forward, and as long as we continue to do that, then I think everything will work out.
We see many reports on the media that YPG fighters are very effective. Do you agree? Did you think so when you were there, when you were fighting with them?
I think that the YPG is extremely fearless, and I think that's their best attribute when it comes to warfighting. They're very effective because they are very brave, and I think that bravery is what has driven them this far, and then will continue to help them in the future.
And if you want to compare Kobani and Raqqa, 2 years ago, there was a huge fear from ISIS. The world was shocked, the expansion of ISIS, and Kobani city was about to fall. Everybody thought the city would fall to ISIS, but YPG defeated ISIS then, and now today almost Raqqa is going towards the so-called caliphate of the ISIS is about to fall, or in a few weeks the SDF looks like gonna get a good victory. What do you want to say? How do you compare these two images?
Well, so basically the tables have turned now. In Kobani, the YPG had their backs against the wall, and they were about to fall. ISIS is in the same situation now, except the difference is that ISIS isn't going to win this fight. As long as the SDF continues to receive support from the coalition, and as long as they don't get too distracted by the Efrin operation, then I see no reason that they won't succeed in Raqqa shortly.
you just mentioned about Afrin, one of the 3 Kurdish cantons, the northwest Syrian part of the Kurdish-controlled, YPG-controlled areas, and Turkey has been shelling the region. And you and your friends, you held a demonstration in front of the White House last Sunday. Can you a little bit tell about that demonstration?
So the demonstration was to raise awareness of what Turkey has been doing in the Afrin region. They've been shelling not only Afrin, but they've been shelling Manbij and that region as well. The Manbij Military Council has confirmed with us that Turkey is shelling that area, and so we wanted to bring the attention to the world stage about the ongoing threat from Turkey in Afrin. And you know, the SDF even has said that if something isn't done about the aggression, that the Raqqa operation might be put on hold or might be slowed down, because they will send troops from Raqqa to defend Afrin. So it's a really big incident, you know, and it's a really big problem right now. And so, you know, somebody needs to stop Turkey from doing what they're doing, or, you know, it's going to compromise the Raqqa operation.
Okay. Do Kurds possess a threat for Turkey? While you were there, have you seen that Kurds of Syria, are they really a threat to Turkey?
No. So everybody that I spoke to in the YPG, you know, their goal is to secure Rojava. Nobody from the command in Karacho to any unit I was in, nobody ever said that their mission is Turkey. Their sole mission right now is securing the borders of Rojava, defeating ISIS, and protecting the people of Rojava. They've never expressed any, and you know, and Turkey has labeled the YPG a terrorist organization, and you know, there's no reason, you know, that they should do that, because the YPG has never done an aggressive act towards Turkey, and they don't plan to. So, you know, that label is erroneous.
Mm-hmm. My final question, going back to the demonstration again, you have an organization here, North American Kurdish Alliance. Can you a little bit tell about that organization? You're one of the founders, and what kind of activities are you planning for the future?
So, yes, myself, Florent, and Jacob, we founded this organization a few months ago. We plan on holding demonstrations not only here in DC, but we plan on working with the New England Kurdish Association in Boston, and we've opened up chapters across the country in San Diego, San Francisco, Knoxville, Tennessee. We're working on Nashville. So basically, we are trying to expand and you know, hold concurrent rallies across the country to raise awareness. And you know, moving forward, we're hoping that, you know, with these recent American shaheeds, we're trying to help their families, you know, arrange the return of the bodies from Rojava.
So 2 Americans that were announced that have been killed in action by YPG yesterday.
Yes.
You talk about them.
Nick Warden and Robert Grote were shaheed in Raqqa. And so we've been in touch with their families and their friends to try and help as much as we can. And as the North American Kurdish Alliance, we're trying to raise money to help with their costs of the funeral, and we're trying to arrange a welcoming committee to be at the airport for when the bodies are brought back to America.
Okay. Mike, thank you very much for your time for this interview with the Voice of America. Thank you.
Thank you.